What's going on, guys? This is Frank Hatzis, and you're in Rope Dart School. Where do I start a beginner rope dartist, somebody that's never even touched a rope dart before? I get this question a lot. So today's Rope Dart School session is going to focus solely on that first 30 minutes to 1 hour of interaction with a brand new student. It also is going to depend on the situation. Sometimes you have a predetermined lesson or a class, or you're teaching at a festival. Other times, you might just be in a park rope darting and somebody sees you, you badass rope dartist you, and they say, holy cow, that's so cool, how can I do that? So this video is going to be like, bam, okay, brand new, never touched it, maybe you never even taught before, or maybe you have, but you felt a little lost or unsure of what to do. This is going to be exactly from the moment that they have the rope dart around their wrist, anchored to them, because all of my instruction is based on tethered style rope dart play. From that moment on, moving forward and giving the student an amazing experience for the first time and giving them something they want to do. Because here's the thing, nobody likes doing things that they don't think they're good at. So you want to give students not the coolest technique you know, you want to give them the easiest things that they can do and slowly work your way up. Here's a visual breakdown of everything I would teach a beginner student for their first class. Okay, you're going to start in a home position. Anchor foot forward, lead foot back, and you'll have a downspin. From a downspin, move on to a basic weave. From a weave, move to stepping from wheel plane into wall plane. And be sure to step back. Now, add the lead elbow spin. From the lead elbow spin, go to the reverse lead elbow spin. Next, introduce the anchor elbow spin. Starting with the anchor elbow, have the student step forward, alternating elbow spins. Next, I teach the 360 lead thigh spin. Then the stepping lead thigh spin. Finally, the anchor stepping thigh spin. Now I have the student put the thigh spins together from lead to anchor. Then we put the techniques we went over so far into a drill, from the elbow spins down to the thigh spins. Next, I add a basic neck spin. Finally, I put all the techniques together in a sequence from the elbow spins down to the thigh spins and finishing up with the neck spin. Mind you, this is condensed down into a sequence of techniques. You are still responsible for teaching how to do those techniques. So this entire process is really about an hour's worth of class time. The next thing I'm going to say is going to sound counterintuitive to anything I would ever say. But honestly, when it comes to beginners, whether one-on-one, in a class, park, festival, doesn't matter, I repeat, I do not use the terms lead and anchor. The reason I don't use the terms lead and anchor for an absolute beginner is because they're already trying to learn something that's very new, and to introduce basically a new language to somebody who's trying to figure out a rope dart, it's not helpful to them to do that. I generally wait until they have a basic understanding of spins, and once they understand, when they can do all the spins that we just did, then I will say, by the way, in rope dart, this is how we speak of the two different sides and explain all the reasons why. Back in college, I had, funny, his name was Professor Powers, and this guy was, holy cow, he was in the Army, I believe in the Marines, and he ran a volleyball team like the Marines. It was crazy. But he always said that fun was the residue of skill. And I have to agree 100%. It goes right back to we all like doing things that we perceive we're good at, and the fun comes when we really know how to do that thing. Other things to consider with students in a situation where you're just at a park rope darting and someone comes up to you, and that's to continually check in with them. So you showed them the home position, the downward spin, they're doing the weave. Before you move on to the next thing, check in. Do you want to keep going? Yeah, this is great. Fine, okay. So now you're going to show them stepping forward, the wheel plane, the wall plane, and elbow spin. Stop. Would you like to keep going? Yeah, that's great. Okay, so now you move on to the thigh spin. Do you see what I'm saying? So you want to just continually check in with the student because they were just going for a walk in a park or at the beach maybe, and they might have an appointment or they were on their way somewhere. A mistake that beginner teachers might make, and this is in my opinion only, I stay away from the pendulum swing as a beginner technique. Now, I know that the pendulum swing is literally the wharf and the woof of the rope dart. It's everything. I mean, the entire rope dart premise is based on pretty much two things, a swing and a weave. All I'm saying is show the weave first. The swing will come later. They'll get that when you teach them shots. So I hope this clears up what to do with a beginner rope dartist. Again, there's two different types of situations, predetermined scheduled classes and times and days and things like that, and somebody right on the fly. The beauty of everything that this session went over is that it applies to both. Your approach just might be different. With students in classes, I'm not continually asking them if they want to keep going because the answer is you're going to keep going because that's just how you get good at rope dart. And you're in my class and I'm going to make you good at least in the hour that I have you. And then when you leave and you want to quit, that's fine, but you will not quit under my watch. I hope that all helps. Wishing you all the best. Peace, love, dart life.